Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to this top 10. So, this here is top 10 horror characters who don't say anything. And this is not my personal pick, no. This was voted by the Horror Amino Community. Now, Horror Amino is this community app. There's this app called Amino and you can go on various communities, not just going from like genres in films, but like, you know, from your favourite cultural stuff to like basically anything from fan fiction to, you know, Sherlock Holmes to like, you know, basically any communities. And I've been a member of the Horror Amino Community for, well, some time now, about 7 years. And on it you can create blogs, you can create posts, you can make polls where people vote, where you can vote for things. And I set up a poll for these characters in horror that don't say anything. So, you know, Horror Amino, it's free to download and join. You know, so yeah. So, you know, this is the Horror Amino Community that voted these 10 in. So, let's get underway. So, as long as these characters, you know, they may make sounds or something, but as long as they don't produce a sentence, they are being considered for this. So let's start, shall we? So coming in at number 10, they voted Sam from Trick or Treat. Sam, of course, is the little, you know, Halloween spirit that makes sure all that follow the traditions of Halloween, you know, before the turn of midnight when Halloween ends. You know, he's maybe small, cute and innocent, but he, you know, is a menacing little devil when he wants to be. And he doesn't say anything, but is there to make sure people follow the rules and traditions of Halloween. Okay, so number 9, they voted the entity from It Follows. Now, this entity, it's not very well known. All we know is that it's a cursed entity that can be transmitted through sexual contact, and whoever is carrying the curse has to pass it over to someone else. This entity is very slow, but takes on various shapes as we've seen in the film It Follows. And other than it making a huge like roaring noise when it takes one of its forms, it doesn't say anything. Okay, so at number 8 they voted Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. So of course, you know, no matter what, you know, timeline or what, you know, film it is, you know, down to the original from 1974, Leatherface doesn't really say anything. He's more like silent but menacing with his leather-like face and runs around with his chainsaw. Of course, he is like horror royalty now. Okay, coming in at number 7, they voted Martin Lomax from the Human Centipede 2 full sequence. So yeah, very controversial franchise, you know. I'm sure you horror fans know the premise of the Human Centipede films. You know, each film has had its different protagonists, and in the second film, the first film is just that, a film, and we follow the character of Martin Lomax, who is a man obsessed with the first film, wanting to make his own centipede. Played by Lawrence R. Harvey, he doesn't say anything. He makes a few groans and crying noises, but yeah, he's very silent and very sinister and quite creepy. I wouldn't want to do him any wrongdoing because we all know what happens to the people that do that. So, Next we got at number 6, they voted Art the Clown from the All Hallows Eve and Terrifier franchise. So, yeah. Who is Art? What is he? We don't know. All we know is that he is a silent clown that kills in graphic and grisly ways, and not much is known about his origin. Maybe that's for the best, because I do find that sometimes a level of mystique is, good for this, kind of character. But yeah, played by 2 actors, most recently in the 2 Terrifier films, played brilliantly by David Howard Thornton. He doesn't really need to say anything. His actions and, his expressions say it all. So yes, number 6, Art the Clown. So coming in at number 5, they voted Boogeyman from the Sinister franchise. This dark demonic entity that preys on children and has them kill their families by making snuff films, only for someone in that household to witness them films first, as Boogeyman picks his puppet, which is the child, to commit these kills, and then of course Boogeyman takes them back to his realm, where the process is repeated, and then they move to another household where the cursed Super 8 real films are. Boogeyman is very sinister and menacing, but he does not say a single word, and is quite an intimidating demonic creature. A proper boogeyman, if you will. So, number 4, they voted Jason Voorhees, the Friday the 13th franchise, making his first appearance in the first Friday the 13th, but not quite being the killer of that one. He did make his killer debut in the sequels, and all that sounds he makes is and yeah, is a silent, bulking, strong killer with his signature hockey mask, and he's pretty much indestructible, even faced off against Freddy Krueger, and he has, made his way in horror without making a sound. He's quiet and badass. And Jason, I personally voted this guy, in one of the polls, and yeah, he was quite a popular one, but didn't quite make the number 1 spot. We will get to that though as we go to our number 2 pick, which they voted was Valak from the Conjuring universe. So this demonic entity dressed as a nun, making its first appearance in The Conjuring 2, then going on to get its own spin-off film and its soon-to-be sequel, which is yet to be released at the time of this video's recording. Yes, just a dark, silent creature that might make the odd screeching noise but doesn't speak. And played by actress, I can't remember her name now, but she does it brilliantly. And yes, Valak. So, coming in at number 2, they voted the Creeper from the Jeepers Creepers franchise. Now, yes, I'm aware of this, controversy with the person making these movies. I won't get into that. I'm here to purely talk about the character himself, the Creeper. Every 23rd spring for 23 days, he resurfaces and gets to eat, thriving on fear. Whatever he eats becomes a part of him, and he wants certain parts from certain people. Played brilliantly by Jonathan Breck in the first 3 Jeepers Creepers films, which to me remain canon and are the best in that trilogy. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3 isn't the best one, but it is way better than the one we got last year, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, where he wasn't even playing the Creeper. But still, the Creeper doesn't speak. He makes loud roaring noises and stuff. There is a deleted scene in the first film where he does actually say a small sentence, but I'm glad they cut that out, because we don't really need him to talk. You know, he's just intimidating enough as he is with his creepy demonic facial expressions and his razor teeth and everything. Yes, the Creeper. Jeepers Creepers. And at number 1, they voted, for the best horror character that doesn't say anything, Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise. Now, no matter what timeline we're in, whether it be, the Thorn trilogy, the Old Man Myers, the Rob Zombie remakes, Michael Myers does not speak. He can speak. In Rob Zombie's remake as a kid, he does speak, but I'm talking about at least from John Carpenter's original movie, he doesn't speak. Chooses not to. All we get from him is a heavy breathing noise when he's wearing his mask. And he's been played by various actors from Nick Castle to Dick Warlock to James Ducournau. All the actors who have played him have not had to say much, only just walk around with a mask on looking sinister. And of course, Michael Myers does not speak, and he doesn't need to. His mask says it all, how menacing and sinister and evil he is. And of course, I can't blame them for voting this guy at the top for the most popular one. So, number 1, of course, is like I've just said, Michael Myers. So, there you go. There is, the top 10 horror movie characters that don't say anything, as voted by the Horror Amino Community. Like I said, you can find it on Play Store, where you can download it for free, and you can join, and yeah, you can, talk about and post all things horror on there. So there you go, there is my top, well, not my top 10, the top 10 voted by the Horror Amino Community. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross, this has been Top 10, so until next time, don't have nightmares.